One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home to the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on another team from the Mountain West, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Tulsa will kick off and we'll get this game started. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So SMU's offense will start this game off with the football. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept it.
There he goes. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. They climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is, now can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Complete. Touchdown, SMU! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Getting set, and it's blocked. You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about it all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Tulsa's offense will get the ball for the first time. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need him.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
Nah, you got to hold on to that, Brock. But it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. A running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Tulsa in a tough spot here on 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Francis. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Nestles it in at the 35. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 edge.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Back open in the middle. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just check downs or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy can get vertical. And he can all of a sudden start stressing defenses in the second level. What a weapon it is to have this guy in your backfield.
And the Mustangs are moving quickly down the field. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive.
Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
This is why you consistently run the football, a steady diet, because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Louisiana Tech is on top, but it's not like Terry Bradshaw is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Rice.
Coming out on first down with the play fake.
The moment something changes in this Mountain West fight, you will hear about it here. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Tulsa wasting no time.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Ready to fire from the pistol. Using his legs, it's Washington. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Tulsa with the playbook wide open here on second and short. Looking to throw, it's Francis. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They're facing a third down. The give to the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That gets them back to within 10. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Wants to throw on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Man, I love on third down when I know I have a running back that can beat guys. Whether you want to cover me with a linebacker or a safety, I can run an angle route, and I can have success because my quarterback knows exactly when he's going to break, and that defense is not going to beat my running back.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. First play of the period, first down here. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know.
Turning it on! And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, SMU! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Gonna run it. It's Palmer. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Scanning the field, it's Francis. Fires to the middle. Finds the big tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Gets rid of it. Got a man. It's Smith. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a 1st down.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Washington. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Let's talk for just a second here about Tulsa. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools, and this is a guy that you can build around that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success, but on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Taylor wants to throw. Snagged out of the air. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
To the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Singleton. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get pushed up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and play.
Oh, he's got some space. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Mustangs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Got his man out of the backfield. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mustangs!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Reese. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Tulsa trying to move the chains on third and short. To throw, it's Francis. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. The punt team makes its way onto the field.
Number 10, on to kick it away.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Singleton. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Breaks the tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Grab behind the line. It's Singleton. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This is going to have to be unleashed from... He gets a hand on it, it's blocked.
Yeah, and those field goal blocks, when you can get that penetration right up the middle, the quickest point, right to the kicker. You can't go through the center because you can't touch the center with his head down, but a nice job getting some penetration, getting their hands up in the air and getting the block.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Unloads to the right out. Complete to the right. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Wants to throw. It's Francis. Right on the money. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The offense calls. It's the second one they've used this half. Going to swing it on second down. Finds his man. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great
deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
SMU 27, Tulsa 10.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. He leaves it with the back. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll go right back to him. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Tulsa. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's head back to the guys inside H.A. Chapman Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Mustangs will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll run it from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Tulsa wasting no time. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many junk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Taylor wants to throw it. Going deep. Snags it on the right. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Power football with the run. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. He'll do it himself. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
Touchdown, SMU! And the stomping has commenced.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Francis. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The Golden Hurricane needing a big play to keep this drive going. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Trying to keep the drive alive. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Off the fake on first down, wants to throw. All alone, he's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Palmer. Got enough for the first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. We saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Pocket breaking down. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There he goes. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Give to the running back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll keep it on the ground. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Mustangs are on the move. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
To the air. It's Owens. He's got his man, makes the grab. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. They go to the ground. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on 3rd down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding them to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Got it in the middle, it's Smith. And he'll be smacked to the ground. Tulsa trying to power ahead on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Francis. Firing to the right, complete. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. How about the little toss out to the fullback to give him a touch?
And you said little toss because they're not trying to throw bombs to the fullback. This is a guy that's going to be more of a possession wide receiver. But if you can depend on him and he can catch the football consistently, you can get those little gains, those positive gains, and keep the defense in the off balance. Finally,
some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Hobbins. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Tulsa now has it in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Tulsa moved the chains by keeping it on the ground. They might go right back to it here. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
They get to him as he throws. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tied in the red zone.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
This ball is picked off in the end zone, but no, he's out of bounds. The quarterback very fortunate to get away with that throw. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it.